Team Pretty in the pink and black and blue, and the DC Furies in the yellow and black. I'm Matt McCarthy. I'll be joined in a moment by Glenn Burnett, and we are here live at the home of the Red Storm, Petrova Middle School here in Saranac. The pristine setting in the Adirondacks, Lake Placid and Saranac have been the backdrops for our matches for this tournament starting on Thursday, and here we are culminating with the championship matches live streamed via Good Guy Productions. You can also catch all the action on the Facebook, the Can-Am Rugby Facebook page. If you can't find that, you can get the links for all of it on the.
And with that, we are underway. Team Pretty taking their own kick. We're going.
The Furies now with the ball in the Furies defending as Team Pretty has the ball in Fury territory. And there's a nice burst and dragging a tackler is the ball carrier from Team Pretty. And I'm just a little bit gassed, ladies and gentlemen, because we just had an unbelievable second overtime sudden death win in the men's over 35 division. And the winners were the Eastside Hyenas over the Elysium team, and what a match that was. So, but we march on. One exciting match after the next, and this one is the Furies with the ball in the yellow and Team Pretty in the powder blue, pink, and black. And Greg is joining us. Glenn is joining us. Greg will be joining us later. Glenn is in now.
You can call me Craig if you want.
I probably will, but it won't be on purpose. As the Furies now, with a little bit of momentum to try to get it out of their end, maybe find some breathing room for a kick, but no, they're finding success on the ground. Off the breakdown, passed out. Here we go. Trying to test that outside corner. Nothing there. Pink and blue jerseys on defense. Good line speed from the defense of Team Pretty. And the first penalty of the match for not releasing is awarded to Team Pretty. The Furies on their heels right now. And Team Pretty pressing forward. Here we go, trying to get that outside, and there's going to be a knock, a drop ball. And that'll give the possession back to the Furies, and they are lucky to dodge that bullet, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, early on in this match, with the momentum, tilting the field, looking at an opportunity to get a try, and now kind of stalled.
Stalled indeed. Stalled indeed as we have our first scrum down, or not our first scrum down, but a scrum down for the Furies. I think it's our second scrum down of this match. And a little pause as we engage, and now the tap and the put in. Good catch from the number 10 to save, keep that ball alive, and now testing the corner. Again, a little bobbled pass, but held on to by the Furies. And a whistle, and it's going to be a turnover. It's a knock-on in contact, and it will be Team Pretty ball.
All right, so they get another chance.
As the referee gives some instruction. Boy, it has been such a great day of rugby so far. We started early. We had a 9 a.m. game. We had a 10 a.m. game. The 11 a.m. game almost killed me, and here we are doing it all again. I got to tell you, if you have if you go back and watch that one, you're not going to be disappointed, particularly the second half and the first period of overtime of that last match. Anyway, the Furies, and here come Team Pretty trying to turn that corner, but it's shut down by some good defense from the Furies. But it was all for naught because it was coming back on an obstruction call. It was an advantage being played by the Furies, so they were playing with house money. They'll kick it into touch or out of bounds and have a line out now. So it's still Furies ball.
So a busy weekend on both sides, and you get a chance to play out of the ring.
I'm going to bounce it, but I had this glasses.
Yeah, I just took one of my shirts off. You know, it's we went from torrential downpours to now sunny and dry and warm, and the grass is already dry.
It's not an overstatement, folks. Torrential.
It was. The rain was bouncing upwards, you know, off the stands. It was kind of like Miami. And here come the Furies out of their own end, trying to get a little bit, but there they spill it in contact, and now there's a knock-on advantage being played by Team Pretty. Lucky to hold on to it. Some good sticky fingers there to keep it alive. And it's no longer a wet ball. We've been dealing with a wet ball for the first couple of matches, but nonetheless, there's a knock-on. Commentator's curse, right? Right, Glenn? You got a knock-on, and now it's a turnover.
All the time.
All right, we'll do another scrum down. This time it'll be Team Pretty putting it in. They've got 3 backs out to the right. Now the number 9 is kind of going that way, so you only have one potential ball carrier for the Team Pretty on the left side in a split backfield, but here they go to the right, and they've got another play. One more pass good defense, corralling. But on the outside in the corner, does she have enough to get it in there? Just shy. Arm does not go up. Again, good defense at the last second by the Furies. Taken from the breakdown, going short side, trying to test that corner once again. Why not? And it's taken into touch, and it will be a line out, it looks like, to DC. And if that's the case, that's some excellent defense under duress.
So it might be a little bit too early to ask you this question, Matt, but what are the chances of us going to a sudden death overtime?
I wouldn't overrule it. I mean, it's amazing how that last match transpired. You know, the Hyenas were up 10-zip. Then Elysium scored 15 unanswered points. Then the Hyenas were down a man for the rest of the match via a red card and still managed to score the tying try. Almost won it twice on kicks that clanked off the post or the crossbar, and then ultimately won it on an unbelievable try in the second sudden death overtime. So we didn't see that one coming, so I would say the chances are pretty good.
What are you looking at for over-under on this one?
I would say a final score in the neighborhood of 20-15, so maybe under 35. As Team Pretty is chugging away, trying to crack that DC defense, but the Furies aren't having any of it. A high pass goes backwards for an isolated Team Pretty winger, and it's going to be a penalty awarded to the Furies. So this will be a kick into touch and a line out if it goes into touch for the Furies. So they go the safe route, gain about 15 meters in the kick.
So for those of you tuned in, neither of these teams have met ahead of this championship. And Team Pretty is used to scoring higher points. Both teams lost in their low-scoring games. So in the matches where they were low-scoring games, single digits or teens, both teams fell.
Oh, so I see what you did. You kind of threw me under the bus there.
Did I?
You had the stats in low-scoring affairs. You threw, so 2015, from what you're telling me now, would be a high-scoring affair for these two teams.
Not what I was implying, but if you want to infer it that way, that's just fine.
No, that's good intel. I'm sticking with my 2015 score. And that'll be an overtime win. So it'll be 15-15, deadlocked after a regulation.
I'm always, as an objective observer, I'm always a fan of extra competition.
There you go. Free rugby. That's like extra innings in baseball. It's free baseball. There's a penalty awarded to Team Pretty, and they take it quickly and try to catch DC off guard. DC regroups after some good yards gained by Team Pretty, though. And now they're fighting their way, trying to get into that try zone and get our first score of the match. Calling for the ball and then not getting a good pass to handle. And it goes to ground. So it looks like it'll be a knock-on and a scrum down to the Furies.
It's another big break deep in their own zone.
Indeed. And you can hear the fans cheering over there. There was a solo, "Come on, Furies!" This is still an early Sunday morning for a tournament that started on Thursday. You know, everybody's still, okay. And some of them looked out and saw the torrential downpours. Now they're starting to come in. They're realizing the parking lot's getting filled. The street parking is all taken. The rain went away. We have a great day, and it's a great setting. And here comes the Furies. I'm surprised she didn't kick it to gain some breathing room. They choose to eat it instead, maybe get some more breathing room. There's the kick. That's gutsy, but it goes right into the hands of the fullback who drops it. And now it's a live ball, and it's a foot race.
And this looks like Team Pretty will get it back, at least limit the damage.
The Furies get it, though. The kick didn't trickle into touch. It was a good idea to not try to corral that ball when you had that pressure, but the kick did not go into the in touch area or the out of bounds area, and now it's the Furies deeper into Team Pretty territory. So now just trying to dig it out of that pile. She does. Spins it and coming back inside. Little dance in traffic to find a little opening. There you go. Turns and presents. Well done. Two would-be receivers. One grabs it.
We might have a try on our hands here.
No, they're using their size very well, are the Furies right now, and getting the ball, spinning it wide after pounding it away a little bit in tight. Here we go again. There's one of those bruising runners again. And they're taking the ball on the fly. They're taking the ball on the burst, which is what you want to do. Good defense, because if she was able to get rid of that, and it's going to be a high tackle called. No advantage allowed to be played, though, by the referee, which is curious. That might have been a forward pass, but nonetheless, they keep going and barreling forward. Number one for the Furies, Sapphire Tubbs, with a good run. And now off the breakdown, we're about 5 meters out are the Furies. Team Pretty now forced to play defense under pressure for the first time in this match. Let's see how they'll respond. The Furies have lived up to that task so far.
This Furies team looking quite resilient, similar to what we had in the first game when Brockport found themselves on their end of the field for quite some time against the Grays. Finally, we're able to take advantage, taking that penalty kick to start the scoring, if you remember, and that turned the momentum. We'll see if the Furies might be able to do something here.
That's right. And that was the over 45s match, wasn't it?
That's correct.
All right, so now the Furies knocking patiently. Not trying to get too fancy, but we got a call elsewhere. So there was a call earlier, penalty being played. Offside was that call. So that was all penalty advantage being played, none gained. And then, who is it? Is it Tubbs in? And it is. The arm goes up. Sapphire Tubbs with the try for the DC Furies after basically being in their own end on their own doorstep the entirety of this opening match.
They had two big stops back on the other end of the field and turned it all around. A great kick to get out. That one play changed the possession location for the Furies as they were able to get it to the other half of the field. Now picking up the first points.
And can they make the conversion? In real estate, it's location, location, location. In rugby, it's conversion, conversion, conversion. And that one, it sneaks in. Wow, what a kick. There you go. 7-0. The Furies on top of Team Pretty. Just turning the whole game on its head.
It's a friendly posts out there in this game, as we saw how many times in the previous game that you and Brian were handling.
Yeah.
How many times did it come off of the post?
Oh, the clank right dead center, and then the one in extra time off the upright on the right side. Amazing stuff. And here we go with the restart. Number 2 for Team Pretty.
We saw several missed kicks besides those ones that clanked off of the post. And this is taken away.
There's Tubbs. Sapphire Tubbs with the big run for the Furies. And now they're showing some momentum. They're on fire right now, are the Furies. And they, just as you say it, they commit a penalty, and it's turned over to Team Pretty. And they need to get something going here in a hurry, because right now the Furies are on fire.
What do we have for time left in this half?
I'm just going to guess and say 15 minutes, maybe less.
Okay. Well, Team Pretty's got to start marching once again, and they got to find a way to break through. And I don't know if it's going to be an open field or if they're going to be doing it in slow bunches. But they've already been knocking on the front doorstep twice, and the Furies have turned them away. This might be a good opportunity.
Here's the throw in. Up early was the Furies, so it's taken nicely. Good cadence. And Cole in that line out, and now testing the outside, but it's tested and failed because it's knocked on, so a knock advantage is being played for the Furies. So they can run a free play here, see what happens, and if they don't gain an advantage, they'll go back to where that ball was initially knocked on, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And you're hearing the sidelines, the substitutes or the finishers for Team Pretty saying, "That's it, Team Pretty."
That's right. We can hear them right outside the box here. Now, for those folks out there who are unfamiliar, please educate them on what a cynical play is.
Well, it's foul play. So if you tackle somebody without the ball, or you're running by somebody and you hit them with the shoulder and knock them down, or it can be anything that you, as a person, see that ain't right.
Like a delay of game.
Yeah.
Call that cynical?
It depends on how you do it. If it was an inadvertent delay of game, but if you kick the ball straight down all the other way, on purpose, that'd be you get a penalty. Sportsmanship is another one. But now here's back to live action. The Furies playing with Fury in tight, specifically when they have their big runners. But it's a forward pass was called there. Threw the ball. You can't pass the ball forward in rugby. So now it's going to be a scrum down to Team Pretty. But I was saying, Glenn, the Furies are using their bigger bodies wisely in tight, right? And they've been using, and they're dominating in that fashion. But right there, they were doing it again, except they dropped the ball.
We saw a lot of knock-ons in the previous two games. Those matches with a whole lot of water on the ball.
Yeah. And now you can see the defensive alignment or the offensive alignment for Team Pretty. They are pretty much stacked on the left here. Nobody out on the right, really, and here you go. They had that winger come in and take the ball back from the 8-man. And it's a penalty awarded to Team Pretty, and they take the quick tap. Here comes number 5. Driving toward that try line, trying to knot the score or at least get them on the scoreboard. Long enough, not yet. And it's turned over. Wow. That's a big turn of events right there, Glenn. Good defense from the Furies, and they have an in-goal dropout. This is not an easy play.
Seems to be a strength of this Furies team is defense, especially when their back's up against the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a line drive kick. It gets the job done. Well done to not try to catch it, and the interim, it's a knock on by the Furies player. So the advantage is being played by Team Pretty. Let's see what they can do with it. And they don't do much with it, so they're going to go back to the point of the initial knock on and have a scrum down awarded to Team Pretty.
Now, how do they say defense wins championships? And we do see the Furies in a low-scoring game did take a win, but their one loss was in a very low-scoring game. The single loss for Team Pretty, also a low-scoring game. But this Furies team handling things with defense to start.
And there's a whistle and some sorting out of where they should have their scrum down. You see the referee stamping his foot there, and that's supposed to be the mark. It's always interesting watching on field turf fields when the referee does that because nothing happens. But they still do it. They twist the foot around.
You see the rubber pebbles.
Yeah. See the pellets popping up. All right, here we go. Here's the put in for Team Pretty. There's a drive, evenly matched, but now Team Pretty seems to have a little bit of an advantage, and they pass it out. Pass kind of stutter steps the ball, the receiver, so not enough burst. Number 10 trying to get around the outside, but there's a couple of yellow jerseys to say no, you're not getting through. Little deke back inside, nice moves. Some quick feet. And looking for the outside, another offload, and now into the open. Does she have enough? Dragged down. Testing the outside. Long enough? No. Getting there, though. Team Pretty knocking again. Trying to even this thing up. Can anybody tackle her? Great run. Takes the roll, presents the ball. Some good rugby there. A little fake on the outside, cutting it back inside. Again, yellow jerseys there when they need to be. It seems like, Glenn, that the yellow jerseys get there just exactly when they absolutely have to. And now they're driving them back. They just lost 5 meters, but now you got up outside. You might have numbers on the outside.
It might favor them.
Here we go. Looking back. Running back to her support. Smart play.
You want to see this driven into the middle as they keep trying to get out to the outsides.
This has been some series, just phase after phase. Both teams have to be exhausted with this.
It's a strong possession for Team Pretty.
And if they walk away with no points, that's going to be really frustrating. And so far, DC has been able to frustrate them with their defense. And there's a drop goal attempt. There must have been a penalty called. Okay, so there was a forward pass called, I think, against DC, which meant Team Pretty had an advantage to play, and that's why there was an attempted drop goal, because if not, and that was attempted drop goal just clean, there'd be coaches going absolutely berserk right now.
And so they retain the advantage here.
So they'll have a scrum down.
They take the free play, and they'll tap in.
So the free play didn't do any. They didn't gain any advantage.
Happened.
So it goes back to where the initial forward pass was, and it's just a scrum down advantage Team Pretty. So a lot of people will jump out of their chairs and scream at that play, but it was house money. It was a free play.
As you described in an earlier game, it's like having the delayed penalty in hockey with the empty net.
Right.
You don't have to worry about the puck going in your own net. It's no disadvantage.
Exactly. Nothing bad can happen to you unless you commit like a cynical play while you have the advantage. On the outside, turning the corner, putting the burners on and diving for the try. Team Pretty gets on the board.
Well, there you go. Third time's a charm.
And they are right back in it. And they don't come away frustrated and disappointed of not getting those points deep in their end.
Not at all. And now a chance to level up here.
And using the tee, which usually indicates this person knows how to kick. Unless they're a sevens player, because sevens players, they all drop kick the extra points. Because it's a time thing.
I hear
Gotcha.
both of you. I don't know if they do upstairs.
This is a very tough kick.
Yeah. And you can look at the flags on the posts. That's a pretty good attempt. Heck of a lot better than I could do.
Straight. Didn't have the leg, but it was straight.
All right, so we have ourselves a match, and that's halftime, and we are a 2-point match, 7-5 in favor of the DC Furies in yellow over the Team Pretty in pink, blue, and black. And Glenn, why don't you walk us into halftime?
All right, well, I think we've got Eric giving a little recap here. Is he in our line?
I don't necessarily know that we can hear him at this point. So
Okay. Well, we come into the half pretty much even, 2-point difference here. Team Pretty having scored the try, couldn't convert on the kick, but this is definitely a better look than they had for all of the first half, as they had been yielding a lot of territory to the Furies and could not get across that line. But a great way to close out the half. As we're taking a look out at Team Pretty just outside the broadcast booth. And they are thrilled to have picked up some points before halftime, as we get a look down on the field. As well, we got a member of the crew here and good friend Matt Scheller running some video down there for Good Guys.
yeah, we got a crack staff, a great crew across the board, all departments, a lot of hands, people wearing many hats. And again, we got to thank our sponsors and the likes of a Cam Moody, who's put this thing together for like the last 17 years, taking the reins from John Morgan, the legendary Morgan family. And I just want to make sure we get our sponsors in. Hotel Saranac, New Belgium Brewing, the Cambria Hotel where I'm staying, spectacular place. Village of Saranac Lake, Rugby Imports. Hello, Mr. Holder. Pitch Doctors. I Love New York, North Country Schools Council, Irish Rugby Tours with George Hook the third, number 3. Where are you, George? We want you up in the booth. And also, Hyde Fuel and Roost. And I want to personally thank my wife for allowing us to come up here for a vacation of sorts, a workcation, right? And be okay with it.
Oh, it's real tough work, isn't it?
It is. Somebody's got to do it, though, Glenn, as you know.
I'm glad you made the trip.
Likewise.
Great opportunity to go shoulder to shoulder with you in the booth. Had this pitched to me a couple of summers ago, but I was covering show jumping horses down in the Hudson Valley.
Cool.
And I wasn't going to be able to make this one. But I come out here, even when I'm not working the event, I'll come out here and watch just to kind of get a sense of how things move. And every once in a while, I'm recruited to play.
Sure.
And I'm recruited to play up in age, which is kind of fun. And you'll only know one name that will ever be recruiting, because there's 15 of them. There's actually, I think it's 10 of them in the family. Well, in the main section of the family. But if you know the name Morgan.
Yeah.
If it's not Dermot, it might be Sean, I think. Might be. Had a chance to see Forrest playing yesterday at the 2 p.m. game.
Did you find out if Kevin was playing with his brother?
Kevin was playing, yes. Yeah. Kevin was wearing number 9 yesterday.
Probably the 2 best players on the pitch.
We got to watch it on the other side of the booth here alongside friend of the broadcast, John Morgan.
John Morgan.
He's the one who he's kind of pointed me in some directions. He scouted me out at the Olympic Center calling hockey back in 2018, going on 2019.
Sure.
Approached me and said, hey, how would you like to call commentary for the upstart Paul Smith College Bobcats women's hockey team?
Okay.
And I said, well, you just go ahead and, start putting it together. And from there, 2019, I started doing play-by-play and color commentary for women's Bobcats hockey, which then became men's Bobcats hockey as well. And then from there, maybe another year later, it ended up being Bobcats men's and women's basketball. Covered that for a while. And that's thanks to John Morgan because he's a connector.
Yeah.
He likes
he got me here.
Anytime that I reach out to him, I might even check on him like, hey, how's the family doing periodically?
Right.
And just his response is usually, what can we plug in?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's a mover. He's an active guy.
He's a doer.
Yeah. And it's
he's
good to have someone.
He's got great calves.
He has good cats?
Calves.
Oh, calves.
Great calves. Great calves.
Oh, okay.
Great calves.
Flattery for some gets you everywhere.
Yeah. I have it in my rider. I have to say it once a tournament that John Morgan has great calves.
Nice. That's
as per John Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he's a good man. He's basically him and John Prusmack started this tournament. Believe it or not. Now, okay, we're underway for our second half. DC Furies in the yellow with the lead, kicking off to Team Pretty, who just knocked on the kickoff, restarting this match. They have 5 points, so the knock-on will give the ball to the Furies. Not the way you wanted to start if you're the Team Pretty.
No, not necessarily. But you can shake that off. You got to tighten up all of the play. Championship Sunday, whatever the sport is, you got to eliminate any unforced errors. Be on your best behavior while still looking for your advantages.
That's right.
And still, the Furies doing well on the defensive side of things, and that can be reassuring. They may need to put up some more points because this Team Pretty has the ability to score in bunches, as we've seen in the stats from this weekend. And so you want to have a little bit of insurance as far as scoring is concerned, so that Furies need to make something of each possession.
And they're going backwards right now.
That's the wrong way.
You don't want to go. You want to go that way. You want to go to our left, not backwards, and they were. And there's a knock on. That's going to be a turnover. Play on, says the referee. Advantage being played by Team Pretty. And the referee warned. Oh, you can see that the grass made that tackle. Sometimes it will.
The turf monster.
Yeah.
Back again.
And there's a kick. I'm not crazy about the kick. It does put the defender under pressure, but she does really well under that duress to not only catch the ball, but get her teammates back in a position to get a clearing kick. Well done. That's a gutsy kick right there. It takes a hop of Team Pretty. It goes backwards on the knock-on, says the referee. So play on.
And now Team Pretty.
And Glenn, you can hear our fans coming alive right here because they're here because it's no longer pouring. And it's a knock advantage being played by the Furies. And they can use this certainly to try to get the ball out of their own end. A little miscommunication, two players trying to go for the same pass, but nonetheless they're getting some good yardage on the outside. Can she break it? Oh, good tackle coming back for Team Pretty, because otherwise that DC Fury carry was going to go right into the try zone. But now the Furies get the ball, and they got out of their own end once again. Dodged a bullet. Team Pretty going to be frustrated with that after if they don't get the result that they want. And here we go on the outside. Some good physical running.
You see Flanagan trailing here. Looks to be a heady player, ready for the kick if necessary. That's number 15 now dropping back as the Furies go into the defensive position.
And that's a penalty against the Furies. And the kick will go into touch. If it finds touch, and it doesn't, it's a line drive one-hopper right to the Furies. Nice fielding by Jordan Kiesler to keep that ball alive for the Furies. And here's a big burst. Good tackle, though, by number 6 of Team Pretty, Bitters. Great tackle on a much bigger ball carrier. That's just gutsy. And now DC going backwards. Great defense by Team Pretty, yeah, absolutely. And there's a chance for a kick again. Testing the back line of Team Pretty, but we're going to come back. Conversation, let's see what he says. Okay, so there's an option on that play to take. There were two options because there were two infractions, so that they're going to go for that, the second one, which will get them further downfield. And now they have the opportunity to kick it to touch. So two penalties called. They could pick one or the other. They chose that one. It's usually pretty obvious. Like, would you like a scrum down here, or would you like a penalty kick there?
Right.
So, but now you have to have the confidence to win your line out. So if a team is not confident in winning the line out against the other squad, they might opt for the other way.
Now, when you make that kick there, as that went out past the touchline,
yep.
Do you want it further down?
Oh, yeah, you want to get as far as you can. But some of these players aren't as confident with their kicks, and they just want to make sure they get it out. But you'll see, the better players will carve it right down inside the posts. And here we go. Furies had the ball and dropped it, so Team Pretty collects it. Team Pretty barreling forward. Ball spun out, taken back inside. There's another good run in the interior for Team Pretty. Another big body getting on the outside, making those backs have to work harder. Two of them to make a tackle, and now a great burst into the open. And on the outside, does she have the wheels? She's caught, she throws it up, but it's into a yellow jersey's hands. And then it's a knock on. What will have the aftermath? Absolute chaos here, Glenn.
An unforced error, you don't want to have that happen. They had a big break, picked up a lot of ground. And now let's see how this fares. As it looks like Team Pretty will lead this play. Standing by for the setup. Team Pretty in the black and pink, trailing 5-7. And now knocking on the door.
Oh, boy. Got a rise from the crowd there, didn't you?
Looks like Flanagan will come off. And quite the exuberant sideline for Team Pretty after that designation.
Team Pretty on attack off of that call. So there's a player advantage for Team Pretty, and they take advantage of it right away and get into the try zone, and will take the lead. Conversion is huge here. Team Pretty with a great try, and their fans and sidelines will let you know that that is exactly what they wanted. Wow, what a turn of events that is. Nat Flanagan, one of the better players so far for the Flurries, is in the penalty box or sin bin in rugby.
Guys, try not to touch the scapula here. It shakes the camera.
And that looks to be 7 minutes worth of advantage. And this is a missed opportunity, as it is now just a kick difference on the scoreboard.
That's right, and that's a tough kick. You know, and this is, you know, it's not easy, and those posts are not the highest posts, but it came well short and to the right, so that's not going to get it done. But nonetheless, they have padded their lead 10-7 in favor of Team Pretty.
Takes me back to that question I asked within the first couple of minutes of gameplay. Are we headed to overtime?
I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to say no.
No.
I'm sticking to my 2015 final.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Team Pretty now in command and looking to get back into that try zone and take advantage of this player advantage again. See if they can capitalize, but it's poached by by Furies. DC Furies with a great poach at the breakdown. Just what you want to see, but the ball trickles into touch. Who touched it last? It'll be a line out to Team Pretty. So if you're the Furies, you want to get the ball, you want to slow the game down, you want to kill off that clock. You want to kill that penalty. And they had an opportunity there, and the ball just not a good pass, trickles into touch, turns it over, line out to Team Pretty. Line out spoiled by DC, but still maintained by Team Pretty. But it's a knock-on in the line out, so it wasn't retained by Team Pretty. It will be DC ball. Good defense in that line out from the Furies.
So that throw-in looked a bit like a knuckleball. Did not go quite straight. And now the Furies setting up to retake possession. Standing by. And there's your tap. Swung out left.
Good tackle.
The middle.
That was a good tackle there, Glenn, from Team Pretty. But this is exactly what DC needs to do. Just keep the ball, kill that clock. I know it's a long time to kill.
And when you say keep the ball, that's I want to emphasize that. Possession is a major element here when the clock is in your favor. Up by 3 right now. The Furies looking to burn clock, and you cannot afford to have a knock-on. You want to hold possession and keep things moving forward.
There's a little dish out on the outside, a little one-handed shovel pass. Finds its mark. Here come the Furies again. This is exactly what you want to do if you're killing off a yellow card.
And we've already seen a team take a championship shorthanded.
That's right, the East Side Hyenas, those legendary East Side Hyenas. And off the quick tap and the penalty come the Furies with the player down. Again, some of these teams step up a notch, like Michael Jordan with the flu against the Utah Jazz, right? Got more in focus on his game. But now it's creeping down into the corner a little bit. Furies starting to press closer and deeper into Team Pretty territory. Defying the odds. Trying to get that lead back that they had early and relinquished only when they lost a player. But now there's 2-on-1 on the outside. If they hurry, Oh, but that window is shut down. Well done by Team Pretty, and they get the ball. And a kick into space where there isn't anybody because it goes into touch. So it'll be a line out, and it will be to the Furies. So again, this eats the clock up as well.
And it looks like 21 coming in for the Furies.
That's right. You got Allie Fell coming in, number 21. All right, here we go. Here's a big play here. Let's see if the Furies can maintain possession in this lineout as the clock ticks away. And they do. They go nothing fancy, go right in the front. And now just play smash mouth rugby. And they get another penalty. Not releasing. You got to let go when you're on the ground. You got to let go of the ball carrier, and Team Pretty did not do that. And they put the kick into touch again, eating those all-important moments off the clock for that sin bin.
So Gary comes off for the Furies as Fell comes in, and Flanagan getting ready.
She almost jumped off the boards and got on the ice early there.
As we say in hockey, when you are shorthanded, nothing kills a penalty better than a shorthanded goal.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing shapes things up, in this particular case, better than a player down try. And heck, a kick could go a long way as well.
That's right. Here come, but they turn it over to the Furies, and now Team Pretty has the ball. They really like to capitalize on the player advantage while it lasts, and it's just about over. As you mentioned, Flanagan ready to run right back out there. And it's a penalty earned for obstruction. So Team Pretty gets the ball. And you know what? I'm not quite sure if the penalty is over and Flanagan is just off the bench and somebody else went in for it. So we're going to find it. We'll get check on that. But in the meantime, here comes a counterattack from the Flurries. The Flurries approaching the 40-meter line. A good run there. Some great meters gained. And now at the breakdown, they dig it out. Pass it go the other way. Nothing fancy, just your basics. Pushing the ball forward, maintaining possession. The other team can't score if you have the ball. And that could be a high tackle attempt. But no, says the referee. Play on. Well done to hold on to that ball. There, it passed behind her back, but she spun around and held on to it and took it to turf. That's Rugby 101. Pass on the outside, tackle to the ground. Turns and presents. You know, that whole Team Pretty back line is up flat. You could do yourself some good by popping a kick over their heads right now, but I don't think they're looking to do that as they now go backwards.
Big opportunity for Team Pretty here. Up one player. Closing in on the end of regulation.
Let's see if they can kick the ball. I would kick it. Kick it deep.
Especially at 14 still. They've got Flanagan is still out, and I have a feeling that Flanagan will not be substituted for anybody else.
And there's a knock on, and it's going to be a scrum down to Team Pretty. Coming in for Team Pretty is number 9. And here comes Flanagan. So I was wrong. You were right. Flanagan's back on. The Furies at full strength. Number 9 coming in. Some high fives all around. Number 5 comes out. Good day at the office for these Team Pretty starters and the Fury starters.
Big test here now. Big test for the Furies.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of conversation going on. There's a player being attended to on the far side of the pitch. Hope she's okay.
And that looks like Team Pretty with a player down, being attended to. As we always say, best of health and well-being to one and all. On the pitch and off, in the sport and out, locally, around the world, even to the golfer on the moon. Best of health and well-being. And that little injury break there, an opportunity to water up for both teams. Matt, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at a scrum down late in the match, or late in this half, and I need some points to get to my 2015 final. All right, so I'm looking at Team Pretty marching one in here and converting. So I'm ballparking it.
You're getting close.
All
You're
right.
getting close.
But, you know, if you're Team Pretty, you squandered that player advantage, right? So you got to forget that now. Get back to your game plan. There's no reason to abandon what you said you were going to do in this match. It's a 3-point match, right? So just play your game. And now, you know, the coaches can decide, you know, what we can do here, what we might not be able to do there, and make some adjustments.
Well, you also mentioned the opportunity for kicking over Team Pretty for the Furies earlier. Similarly, when Team Pretty had the advantage, tell me, could it be beneficial to kick one over and have the extra person to chase it down?
Yes, absolutely. You have to have an accurate kick, and you don't want to give away possession full-heartedly. But now there's not a worry there because Team Pretty carves out another try, and that was a team try, a spectacular one. Nothing fancy, getting the job done, getting the ball into the try zone. And now, you know, the questions arise for DC because they are facing a 2-score deficit. And this is a huge kick here. This is not an easy kick. The kick is up. It's got some legs. And it's just to the right of the posts. But Team Pretty, 15-7 over DC. Do I have that wrong? Yeah, we're going to check that scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, because what we're looking at doesn't seem right.
All right, so here's Team Pretty working through the middle, and here's a big break as Flanagan chasing down the ball carrier. Flanagan with the tackle.
Flanagan's been all over the pitch and even off the pitch.
And off the pitch.
The match.
And this will go out of touch.
Another opportunity for Team Pretty. Here we got a handheld camera here. We got everything going on.
And so they set up. And there's been some challenges on these entry passes.
Fury's trying to get out, and there's a kick up in the air. It's going to be under pressure. takes it perfectly. That's exactly what you want to do. 2 hands to the chest, take the ball in and just put your head down and go north-south. Perfect play on the receipt of that kick. Digging it out again. That was a low pass at the knees. Well done to handle that pass. You know, that's the opposite of the hospital pass. The hospital pass is the high one when you gotta catch it and get creamed. That one's the low one at the knees.
Hence the hospital pass.
Yes.
In football, we say taking one over the middle.
Oh, great tackle. Dragged down to the turf. Number 22, Celeste Good. With a nice play there. Here's Rowan running into traffic, but we'll have a whistle. And a little chat. DC moving backwards.
All righty. So we're looking at 15-7 right now. Team Pretty looking to add a little bit of insurance.
All right, so the score is 15-7.
And so now it's on Team Fury here.
And that's not the pass you wanted.
And a fortunate play here for the Furies. Down by 8. And time ticking away.
Here we go. Can they get back in this? They got to do something. You got to, throw the book.
Played back out wide
window.
as Flanagan is taken down.
And now Team Pretty looking to try to just put the nail in the coffin here. Coming up fast on defense. Look at Fury's got to do the short kick, but do it well and get some breathing space now with that line out to Team Pretty. It's better than being on your own try line and having to work it out.
Smart play to kick it out of the try zone. Often can't be too picky about those kicks coming out of there. You just need to get it out. And it may not have been a long kick, but it gives just a little bit of space. As we see a substitution. 4 coming in.
And some big applause from the teammates there on the bench. As it's looking pretty good for Team Pretty right now, as we are, maybe 4 minutes left in this match?
Not much time to go. This is typically what happens when you have an advantage and you feel pretty confident you have an opportunity to get somebody some championship playing time out there.
And that's just when the tide turns.
That's not what you want to happen, not when you're the person running out onto the field. I don't know that I've ever run into that situation myself, coming in late time.
Here we go.
Yes, that's
see.
the commentator's curse right there.
That's
Be
right.
very careful with that.
Run 90 meters here. I got that 2015 thing. I said under 35.
Okay, you were close, at least in keeping it a low score. This seemed like it was going to be very similar to the one that did go to sudden death.
I thought that first receiver should have kicked the ball right away, because these passes just kill the clock, and you're going to lose possession. And you lost possession on a penalty. Yeah, if I'm Team Pretty, I just take the 3 points. But I'm not Team Pretty, and they want the 7 points.
You're plenty pretty, man.
Oh, right back at you, Glenn. And I thought they were going to make me look wrong immediately. But that was a great effort, and they still have the ball, and they're going to get the try right here. I'm going to imagine that's a big player being pushed back. Another instance of great defense from the Flurries. Unbelievable Flurry defense.
They managed
now the outside
that early,
diving, and it is a try.
And that's good for Team Pretty.
And I think that's her second try of the match, which is a brace in rugby, 2 tries. Third, according to Brooke, our executive producer, I'm wrong again, Glenn, and that's a hat trick. A hat trick, nonetheless. And hugs all around, well deserved.
Team Pretty had a tough time in the first half when they got down to the try line. Multiple times that the Furies shut it down. Right now with momentum, able to overcome. And this should just about do it. They just need to kill off some clock and preserve everyone's good health.
And that is number 33, Keisha, playing after coming back from a leg injury. She's got that hat trick, and there you have it, the final horn. And we have our champions. Team Pretty holds on and defeats the DC Flurries in an excellent match, and they are now your women's club champions. Excellent stuff, Glenn. As the teams shake hands, we'll look at our upcoming schedule at 1:15, or that might be a little bit later because of the extra time matches that we had earlier. We're looking at the men's club match, the Knickerbockers versus the Lumberjacks. Let's call it 1:15, 1:20 in that area. Make sure you check. But in the meantime, we've got a great new champion in the Team Pretty.
A great championship match. Always something to look forward to on Championship Sunday as the players gather at the center stripe to exchange goodwill on the handshake line. As we say, good match, good match. Safe travels, good meals, and good luck. What a great day to be a rugby player. What a great day to play rugby. All right, well, Matt, I want to thank you so much for having me along board once again as we will make way for the upcoming match. And I believe Brian will be on this one. Is that correct?
No, I believe it's going to be Greg Gilliam.
Greg Gilliam, okay. Excellent.
Let me check my notes. But in the meantime, thanks, everybody. We will be right back. Don't go away.
I want to say thank you.
We got another one in the green sheet. I bet you she's gonna be